Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another evening of music here at From the Top. I'm your host, Peter Dugan, and I want to start this evening by asking you a very important question, which is if you had to choose Frank Sinatra, New York, New York, or Billy Joel, New York State of Mind, which one would you choose? Let us know in the chat section, and in fact, participate in the chat section throughout this evening. Tell us where you're watching from, tell us how you're enjoying the show, participate in our game. And the reason why I asked that question to start things off is because tonight is all about New York. It's the city where I'm coming to you from right now. Some may say it's the greatest city in the world, but we also have, more importantly, two New York-based alums who are going to be making great music for all of you tonight. So excited for you to meet Sean Yu and Rebecca Beato. Rebecca is 14. She comes to us from Queens. Sean is up in Rye, just north of the city. He's 16. He's a cellist. It's going to be great music. I'm really excited for you to meet them. We're going to chat about New York, and of course, the game is going to be themed around New York. So yeah, it'll be a fun time. And now let's jump into the music. This is going to be Rebecca starting things off with a little bit of Chrysler. Brava! Brava! Rebecca, wow, what a great way to open the program. It's so good to see you again. I can't believe it's been over a year. And I just have to say, I feel like you've grown so much just in this short time as a musician.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wow, your artistry is just gorgeous. Also, nice shirt. This is the official From the Top alumni shirt. I am an alum, just like you. Tell everyone what you just played.
I just performed the Recitativo in Scherzo by Fritz Kreisler. It was actually dedicated to Eugene Ysaÿe, and Eugene Ysaÿe actually returned the favor later by dedicating the fourth out of the 6 sonatas to Fritz Kreisler. So both pieces actually have a really dramatic character, which is like why I enjoy playing them so much.
Yeah, those violinists love giving each other musical compositions as gifts. Let's go ahead and bring out your fellow New Yorker, Mr. Sean Yu. Sean, it's good to see you. We met very briefly, but why don't you tell everyone where you are right now and also what your experience was like on From the Top?
Right, so right now I'm in Rye, New York in Westchester County. And the first time I was on From the Top was show 328 back in 2016. So 5 years ago.
You were a tiny guy.
Old.
Yeah.
I was a little cellist playing in Jordan Hall, which was a very nice hall. So I'm just a little boy in a big hall.
Right.
And then I was just back recently for a string trio on show 389, and that's where we met at the end of the recording.
Right, you were on that show that Orly Shaham, one of our regular co-hosts and creatives, was hosting that one. And Rebecca, you were on my first show after like the news broke that I had been announced as the host. So, I'll never forget that show, but talk a little bit about what the experience was like for you.
Right, I was on show 382, so in Boston right before we went into quarantine.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. There were so many incredible musicians that I got to meet and converse with. It was incredible.
Yeah, you performed at the Gardner Museum there, and part of our experience there, we got to, get this exclusive tour of that beautiful museum, and I know there's like a lot of inspiration that you got out of just like looking at the art that day, right?
Right. Yeah, I was playing Gypsy Caprice, so when we went into the museum, I actually saw a painting of a gypsy. So
Yeah.
I got to look at the painting and see like, oh, this is like the real gypsy.
Yeah, right. John Singer Sargent, that gorgeous, like huge painting, kind of the centerpiece of the whole museum there. So, okay, we're all New Yorkers here. Let's talk a little bit about the great city of New York. And I understand that you two have questions prepared for one another. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah, there it is. All right, Rebecca, tell us your first question.
Okay. If you had to choose to keep only one of these for the rest of your life, which would it be? Bubble tea, pretzels, or hot dogs?
Ooh, that's hard. I did not come prepared for this. It's got to be pretzels, right? There's hard, soft pretzels. I don't know. You can never go wrong with a nice pretzel.
All right, he says pretzels. What do you say, Rebecca?
I say bubble tea.
She says
No.
bubble tea. Now, here's the thing for me as originally from Philadelphia, I got to say the Philadelphia pretzel kind of is the ultimate soft pretzel. So I'm going to have to go with pretzels as well. What's the Sean, why don't you ask a question now?
I mean, I guess in New York, everyone thinks of food because my question was, if you could have one thing from New York, what would it be?
Edible, something edible from New York.
Edible,
Yeah.
yes, right, edible.
Edible. Well, like I said before, bubble tea.
Right. I mean, food in New York City, great food in New York City are pretty much
Yeah,
interchangeable.
there's so many like different cuisines that, can never go wrong.
Right, but you're only interested in bubble tea, apparently.
Yes,
Okay, that's fine.
of course.
Sean, what's your answer?
Pizza, right? New York style pizza.
Mine is
great.
bagel. Mine is bagel, cream cheese, lox, the whole bit. You just can't get it the same way. elsewhere. Okay, Rebecca, what's your next question?
Where is your favorite place to go in New York?
Ooh, so I guess it's Central Park. When I was young, my dad and I used to go to Central Park a lot, and we would get like those little packets of peanuts at those peanut stands. And it's just a really good memory. So I guess Central Park would be my favorite place in New York City.
Nice. Rebecca?
See, I'm like deciding because I feel like Central Park is like a really good option because there's like, it's really open, it's really beautiful. But, you know, there's also Roosevelt Island. It's really nice right there.
There's also Governor's Island, too, which is a pretty magical spot. I thought you were going to say the boba tea shop is your favorite place. My favorite place, if I had to say, is also Central Park. Specifically, I love the Ramble. Get a little peace and quiet there. Walk over to the bird feeders. It's a very, very peaceful spot in the park. Okay, one last question from you, Sean.
So my question was just, well, what has been your favorite experience or memory, I guess, in New York City?
That's a difficult question because maybe busking with my friends, you know. It has to do with music, which is like a big part of my life, and also I go to music school, so everybody plays an instrument, and we can all just like busk together, so it's always a great experience.
That's classic New York, too. Okay, what about you, Sean?
Yeah, it was probably a little bit unfair to me for asking a question because I don't even know if I have an answer. But I don't know, there's a lot of great memories in New York City. I guess just spending time with friends overall in the streets of New York. I can't name one specific time, there's just so many. But yeah, just spending time with really anybody. There's always something to do in New York City. So.
Yeah, I agree. I've been here for over 10 years now, and it's very hard to pick a favorite memory. But I think just for me, it's like any time where I've taken a really long walk. Like there have been certain times where the weather's great, and rather than getting on the subway, I just walk, like 50 blocks or whatever, because it's like, hey, might as well. And just doing that and kind of taking in, wow, this city has so much, and there is so much diversity, and there is so much great everything here. So it's those long walks, I think. That's what I'd have to say. Great. Well, I feel like we're all friends now. The ice has been broken. I mean, Rebecca, you and I go way back, but Sean, it's really nice to get to know you. This is so nice. So Sean, you've got some Bach for us now, right?
Right. So I'll be playing the Prelude from Bach's Sixth Suite. And this was actually originally written for a cello piccolo, which is just a fancy way to say a cello with 5 strings. So on the far left, there would be an E string. And there are some times where we have to kind of compensate for only having 4 strings, which makes it a little bit awkward, but I mean, it's obviously a great piece, and I love learning it, so I hope you guys enjoy it.
Can't wait to hear it. Take it from the top, my friend. Wow. Sean Yu, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, that was so like earthy in the best way. It was like warm and just you just dig into the instrument in a way that's so satisfying to hear and watch. That was awesome, man.
Thank you.
Wow. So let's bring Rebecca back on, and you know, one of the things I love about having the visual media of these virtual concerts is that we can see things which we can't do on the radio. So I thought we could take advantage of that and have a little show and tell. Since Sean just finished performing, Rebecca, why don't you go first and show us and tell us something?
All right, so I have two cats. There's an orange and then there's a black and white one. Which one should I bring?
I mean, if you can fit, I don't know how big these cats are. If you can manage like one cat up here. No, I don't care. Whichever cat is not going to scratch you.
All right, let's see. Give me 1 second.
I don't know. Could you carry two cats at once? I guess that could get dangerous. Cats don't really like to be carried unless you're, you know, swaddling them.
My friend had a really aggressive cat once.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the stuff of nightmares. An aggressive cat is...
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's always so like... He's like, oh, the cat's very nice.
Oh, she got both. Yes, she got both. Introduce us to your cats.
Oh, hello.
No.
All
Okay.
right, so this is Teddy.
Wow.
He's very gentle. He's actually, you know, the other cat kind of bullies him
Oh.
because she wants more food, but, you know, they get along though. Besides that.
Beautiful. They're beautiful. Sean, what do you have for us?
So I have a photo album.
Ooh.
It's basically just full of young photos of myself, like baby pictures.
Oh.
This is kind of embarrassing.
No, go for
It's
it.
just
Oh,
little-
come on. That is too
Yeah.
cute.
But I mean, overall, I just really like taking photos.
Be,
Just wherever I am.
before you put that away, can you just hold one up? Come on, just go for it. Take a baby photo and put it right up to the camera.
So I'm on a slide right there.
Wow.
That's me.
Yeah. Make sure you're holding that up to the right camera there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. That's precious. So sorry, you were saying you're into photos now.
Yeah. I mean, there's like whole discussion where it's like instead of living in the moment, people take pictures and you kind of miss what's actually happening around you. But I feel like just taking pictures and having them always accessible helps you like spark those memories, I guess.
Yeah, and I also feel like for me there's a big difference between just like taking a picture of every meal you eat or like pose pictures versus like trying to sort of, capture like an artistic moment too. Nice. Well, thank you guys for sharing those shows and tell. I don't know what the correct plural of that would be, but I love the pictures, love the cats. I have another quick question for you two, which is going to hint at the next song on the program. What do you love about a New York summer? What's your favorite thing about a New York summer, Rebecca?
Well, like I said before, I feel like the music community in New York is very like interconnected. Like everybody seems to know each other. So, when a fellow busker sees another busker in the streets, you always gotta help another musician out. So,
Question: I
really like that part of summer.
Are you going to be out busking this summer?
I mean,
if you can do
we
so,
need to socially distance.
Right. If you can manage it in a safe manner, I want to come hear you. If you're, let us know where you're going to be busking. I want to come see that. Sean, what do you love about a New York summer?
You know those days where the weather is just perfect and there's like a little breeze? I don't know. It kind of comes in spring, but summer when that perfect weather is there and everything is just going right. I think that's got to be the epitome of summer.
Yeah, for sure. Well, with that thought of a beautiful summer day in mind, Rebecca, tell us what you're going to play next.
I'll be performing Summerland by William Grant Still. It's just such a wonderful piece to like enjoy and perform since it's like, summer. It's very enjoyable to listen to. Not only because like the musical nature, but it just sounds so freeing. Originally it was part of a suite which contained like 3 parts, but yeah.
Beautiful. Well, take us there. Take us to that beautiful summer day. Beautiful, beautiful, Rebecca. So gorgeous. If you're just joining us, we're hearing from two recent alums who are both living in the New York area. We have Rebecca Beato coming from Queens. She's the one who you just heard on the violin. We also have cellist Sean Yu, who's joining us from Rye, New York. And it's been such a beautiful program already. If you're enjoying the show, folks, please consider making a donation. There should be a button somewhere around there. And, you know, we are an independent nonprofit organization, so we really rely on the generosity of folks like yourselves to make it possible for us to continue supporting artists like Rebecca and Sean and getting their music out there to a large audience. So we really, really appreciate your generosity there. And now it's time for our game. So the game this week has to do with New York. And, you know, when I was thinking about New York, what I love about it, we have opera, but we also have musical theater. So the name of this game is Broadway or Opera. And the way it works is I read a little snippet of a lyric from either a Broadway show or an opera, and you just tell me, is it Broadway, is it opera? That's it. And everything is in English, okay? Got it? All right, here we go. All right, the first one is not too hard, I don't think. And by the way, everyone watching at home, please put your guesses in the chat section. We want you to participate. There's big prizes that happen at the end of all this. Okay, here we go. First one. We go together like Rama, Llama, Llama, Kadinga, da Dingadong. Yes, Rebecca?
Broadway?
Rebecca says Broadway. Sean?
That's Broadway.
That's Broadway. Of course, that's Grease. Yeah, we know that one. Okay. All right, it's going to get harder. Next one. Here we go. What has become of me? What am I now? My beautiful tail, so bushy and tall, the pride of my family, the envy of all, the finest tail for miles around, lies lifeless, lonely on the ground. And is that Broadway or opera? Sean, why don't you guess first this time?
I'm just going to say Broadway.
Rebecca, what do you think?
See, I feel like it could be both. I'm gonna go with opera just to, like, you know,
Yeah.
be the advocate.
Opera is correct. That one comes from Fantastic Mr. Fox by Tobias Picker. Of course, that's what Mr. Fox sings that one after he loses his tail. All right, next. In like a lion, out like a lamb. That was true of March this year. What do you think? Does that one speak opera to you or Broadway? Rebecca?
Broadway.
Sean?
I'm also going to say Broadway.
In fact, that one is opera. That comes from Albert Herring, the opera by Benjamin Britten. Tough. That was a tough one. All right, now the next one. This one's a little silly. Here we go. Would you like a slice? That might be nice, but frankly, it would give me gas. Now, come on, that's a little potty humor. It's okay to giggle. What do you think, Sean?
I guess I'll say Broadway again. I mean, I have no justification behind it. But
Rebecca?
Well, since Sean knows the justification behind it, I'm just gonna tag along to his little answer right there.
That one is Broadway. That comes from Cabaret. That comes from the show Cabaret. Very good. All right, next one. Here we go. This is like the great poetry that we encounter when we get to go to the theater. Listen to the beautiful words of this line. I recommend we postpone the decision until our next weather conference at 2 a.m. Oh, the poetry of it. I recommend we postpone the decision until our next weather conference at 2 a.m. What show or opera does that? No, just show or opera. That's it. Broadway or opera?
Show.
Broadway. Okay, you say Broadway. Sean?
I'm going to go say opera.
That one is opera. Yes, that comes from the opera Dr. Atomic by John Adams, and it's when they're talking about these nuclear bombs and testing them and determining. Sorry, if you hear the siren right now, this is a New York City show, right? And it wouldn't be appropriate to New York if we didn't have a siren at some point. Anyway, yeah, so that one comes from Dr. Atomic by John Adams. All right, we have one final lyric. Here it is. It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead. Oof. Chilling, kind of gruesome. It wasn't until later when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead. I forget who goes first this time. I lost track. Sean, I think.
Opera.
Opera? What do you say, Rebecca?
This is hard.
Yeah, this is a hard one, right?
I'll go with Broadway.
Broadway is correct. That line comes from the show Chicago. Yeah, just because it's gruesome doesn't mean it has to be on this opera stage. But that was a good guess. I intentionally tried to trip you up there. Well, thanks everyone for participating at home. Thanks to Sean and Rebecca for playing along. And so that's it for our game, and we're coming to a close for our show. We have just a couple more pieces left, one from each of you. But before you tell us what you're going to play, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. We so appreciate your spending this time with us and supporting these young musicians. And most importantly, thanks to Sean and Rebecca for sharing your artistry with us. It's been a real treat. So tell us what we're going to hear to take us out of the program. I think Sean's going to go first, right?
So I'll be playing Prokofiev Sinfonia Concertante in E minor.
Great piece. And then, Rebecca, you'll play?
I'll play an excerpt from Carmen Fantasy by Summerland.
Great way to take us out of the show. All right, you guys. Take it away, Sean. more time for Rebecca Beato and Sean Yu, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Peter Dugan. Have a great night. Bye.